Together we are but first coffee. Susie's just our host, but what matters most is we are a team. Together we are all safe here, and so are you. Among friends and mods we are safe. We talk about trauma, break down drama of life, death, happy or sad, even mad. We discuss it all here. Together we will thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Together we fight cults or fight addictions. If not with experience, with love, and we don't judge. Please understand, this is a safe place to land. Please understand, you're not alone. This is a safe place to land. Together we thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Because we are but first coffee, and Susie welcomes us all here. Together we are but first coffee, and Susie.
Oops. Forgot to put myself on the stage. Oh well. It's been a long day, and it's just getting started. So anyway, I got to perk right on up, so I'm going to do that. And the best way to make me perk up is to just look out there at all your bright, shiny, precious faces. And I can tell my Heavenly Father just to look at all these precious people that are joining us here today, joining little old me. Now, if you don't know who little old me is, I am Sister Mary Boujee. I'm a really good friend of Susie's. Now, she usually is sitting here, but she's off busy gallivanting around here doing something with Mark. I don't know. I think they was going to go to the pool today. So, I don't know. She might show up in the chat, but if so, she's probably poolside. And maybe with a little drink in her hand. You just never know. So anyway, I am Sister Mary Boujee. And today, y'all, we are going to take Moses. Yes, Moses. Down off of that mountain, and we're going to sit his ass right down right here in the Cracker Barrel. Now, you know, Sister Mary Frances told me that Moses is the absolute authority on the Ten Commandments. And I think she would know because I'm pretty sure that they went to high school together. I really do. So today we're going to talk about the Ten Commandments, but just for fun, you know, because I got to keep y'all laughing or you go off and watch some other channel. But we're going to put a little Southern splaining on the Ten Commandments, y'all. And do it in a way that even your cousin Earl could understand it. Because, y'all, we all got a cousin Earl. Might not be named Earl, but he's a cousin Earl. Or she is. Bless your hearts. And there's two. Anyway, so just buckle up that Bible belt, y'all. This is the Ten Commandments with a side of cornbread and buttermilk. I don't really like buttermilk, but my daddy does, so we added the buttermilk. Now, here we go. I've got my list all made out because I know these by heart, but I want to make sure I get them exactly in the right order. So, number 1, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Now, God said that one himself. He don't want you having any other gods but him. He don't like it. And I asked Mary, Margaret, or Francis, I'm sorry, Mary Francis. They're all Mary somethings, including me. Anyway, I asked Mary Francis if that made God kind of a narcissist, and she washed my mouth out with a bar of Ivory soap. Let me tell you, it doesn't taste well. It does not. And I will not be asking her that question again. I'm just going to assume that he's God. And so that doesn't, he's not a narcissist. But anyway, so in Southern splaining, what that means is don't be two-timing the Lord. There ain't nobody above Jesus, not your football team, not your truck, and not even your Meemaw's cornbread. Nothing and nobody. Just Jesus. Number 2, thou shalt not make any graven images. Now, what that means, well, they're talking about idols and all this stuff, but just, in Southern splaining, let's just do it. Don't be making no golden cows out of your hobbies. We're not supposed to worship Pinterest. This one might anger some of you, but we're not supposed to be worshiping those grandbabies either. We can love them with every bit of our hearts, but we can't worship them. So anyway, and you sure can't be worshiping Tom Cruise, especially Tom Cruise. Ugh. I'm listening because Susie gets twisted if we even say that man's name. She really doesn't like him at all. And I thought it just had to do with the Church of Scientology. But no, she said he's been risky business from the very start. Absolutely. She said he just thinks that he's the top gun, but he is really just, well, I won't tell you what she said because I am supposed to be keeping this churchy. But y'all know her. And you can probably figure it out. Anyway, moving on. Number 3, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Well, that just means, well, first of all, you're not supposed to be saying things like God damn and holy fucking Christ and, Jesus fucking Christ and all that. We're not supposed to say that. And I probably just demonetize this video because, we are not even halfway to that time mark yet. But anyway, you're not supposed to be saying that. But you're also not supposed to be hollering, oh my God, unless, of course, you're actually speaking to God. So, anyway, just, settle it down just a little with the God stuff. So, number 4, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Now, y'all, God rest his soul. I know that we are all deep in the mourning of Ozzy Osbourne. But when they're talking about Sabbath in this one, they're not talking about Black Sabbath, although I think that Black Sabbath might have been around almost as long as the 10 Commandments. But anyway, they're talking about Sundays, okay? They're talking about Sunday. Nothing to do with Ozzy. I mean, unless you're listening to him on Sunday, but you know what I mean. Susie was just like in tears. She went on that Temu and they had all these Ozzy shirts and she wanted to buy every single one of them. But Mark, he told her, he says, do you want 14 Ozzy shirts or do you want to go to South Dakota and maybe, see a few sights or have a good meal? And I left after that because I knew that it was fixing to get serious. So anyway, so we got to remember the Sabbath, okay? So Sunday is for Jesus, not for Sephora. So just sit down, rest, and let the good Lord do the working. Now, he's not going to vacuum your carpet, but he's going to work on your soul. That's what they do on Sundays. That's what the Lord does on Sundays, is he works on your soul, not your carpet or your dishes. Now, number 5, honor thy father and thy mother. That just means to respect your mama and your daddy, even if they're batshit crazy. Yeah, I know some of our parents, dog, he just does not understand that I'm trying to record. Anyway, but I know that some of our parents have really acted a fool, you know, especially those of us that their parents was, young, like in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, and even some of y'all in the 90s. But they changed your diapers. So you can listen to their boring ass stories one more time. Yeah. Okay. Whew. Now this one seems like it would be easy, but apparently it's not. A lot of folks getting it wrong all the time. Number 6 is thou shalt not kill. I don't know how people misunderstand that. Thou shalt not kill. All it means is don't go killing folks, even if they asked for it. As God knows, we know some people that they are asking for it. Number 7. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Number 7. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Now, I want to have a little, I need to preface something. We're talking about adultery, not adulting. It is absolutely okay if some of y'all people commits adulting. Like, it's fine if you adult, like act your age, or at least like an adult, but you're not supposed to be committing adultery. I'm not going to go into it, but I think you'll understand it when I tell you that it just means to keep your pants zipped if it's not your spouse. That's right. And y'all, if you gotta ask if it's cheating, it is. Just pretty much be rest and assured that if you gotta ask, it is. Oh, now we are all the way up to number 8, and there's only 10. So, number 8. Again, what's so difficult? Some people don't get it. They just don't get it. Thou shalt not steal. Sounds, again, pretty simple. But it's not, apparently. What it means is if it don't belong to you, don't take it. Now, I do want to say, like, that just means don't be taking it, like, and leaving with it. Like, if you roll up on somebody that's got a flat on the side of the road, like a little old lady, and she's got all the tools, but it's the polite thing to do would be to change her flat for her. So what you do is you borrow her tools and you change her flat, and then you pack everything back up into the car. Everything that she came there with, she leaves there with. Okay, so that's what that means. I mean, it's fine to borrow something, or like your neighbor, if you need to borrow their weed eater or their mower, or I don't know, maybe a punch bowl. Borrow it and it's fine, as long as that you remember where that thing came from and send it right on back when you're done with it. And being done with it means pretty quick, not like, well, I might be done with it in, I don't know, 10 years or something. No, that means, don't be stealing it, people. I know you know the difference. And the whole don't be stealing, that applies. I saw you the other day, Mary Sue. I saw you at the Chick-fil-A. Those extra napkins that you crammed into your pocketbook, that's stealing too. And if I see any of you trying to steal those little honey packets or that Sweet and Low at the Cracker Barrel today, then there's going to be some problems. I'm going to grab them right back out of your grubby little fist and put them back where they belong, because that's what the Lord would do. Absolutely. Now, number 9. Thou shalt not bear witness against thy neighbor. Well, that just means tell the truth, sugar. Lying makes baby Jesus cry, and baby Jesus crying really screws up those church potlucks. So don't be lying on your neighbors or anybody. Tell the truth. Just tell the truth. And number 10, we are just about done. This is the very end of it. And then I think I'm going to go join them in the pool. So it is thou shalt not covet. So, well, that kind of mixes a few of them all into one. And anyway, what it means is don't go wanting what your neighbor's got. Now, that would include their truck, their husband, their wife, and even their recipe for that chicken salad that everybody brags about. Just don't go coveting what your neighbor's got. It's a bad thing. So, well, there you have it, sugar plums. Just remember, God sees your browser history, and he sees that side eye that you give. And let's not forget that extra side of gossip. He hears that too. So until next time, y'all just pass the banana pudding and have a blessed day.
Hope you enjoyed the show, so glad you were here. We meet here most days, we're but first coffee and you're welcome here. We talk about hard subjects, but we also laugh a lot. If you have a loss or win, we will cheer for you. We're but first coffee and you are safe here. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't want to miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't want to miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all.